Hello again. Like many people, I've followed with interest and amusement the news that various leaders and founders of the Black Lives Matter movement have acquired mansions, together with huge fortunes in cash, riding on the back of the success of the movement in the wake of George Floyd's death. Because I have no racial prejudice, I assume as a matter of course that if people have unfettered access to money which nobody is keeping a strict eye on, then there is every chance they will begin stealing and looting such funds. I believe this to be every bit as true of black people as I do of white folk. It is a universal tendency, not limited to one nationality or ethnicity. Those who feel that African Americans are more likely to be trustworthy around large and uncounted piles of cash than white people are racists. Whatever they say in public, trust me, those black people will soon have their hands in the till to just as great an extent as the greediest and most unscrupulous white man. Left-wing types in Britain, though, refuse to believe this and still talk about Black Lives Matter as though they are a worthy and incorruptible bunch of saints whose only interest in life is the welfare of those less fortunate than themselves. Mugs. It is in British schools that this awful attitude is most prevalent, and in the description to this video I give a link to a recent Facebook post from one of the largest schools in the English county of Cambridgeshire. This is the St Ivo Academy. The post, which went up yesterday, reads as follows. This month is Black History Month, when we remember the struggles of black people and celebrate their achievements and contribution to culture, politics and society as a whole. Our acting head of history, Mrs. Eleanor, will be exploring the Windrush generation and the immense contribution made to British society by such individuals as Louis de Kokodia and Viv Anderson. In personal development, we will be discussing the Black Lives Matter movement and how we can become anti-racist. Discussing the Black Lives Matter movement. I'm guessing that this will not be discussing the movement in a wider sense, as in what happened to all the money donated by white companies who felt it would look good in their annual returns to donate some money to them as a tax loss. Nor, I imagine, will the discussion be turning to glitzy mansions with swimming pools, nor to the efforts by the American Revenue Service to track down the money which is owed in tax by Black Lives Matter. Instead, they will be talking very properly about how to become anti-racist. I was especially intrigued to read about the immense contribution made to British society by such individuals as Louis de Kokodia and Viv Anderson. What is the immense contribution made to our society by these two individuals? Viv Anderson is a 66-year-old travel agent who used to be a professional footballer. He was born in Nottingham of Jamaican parents. Apart from playing football and running a travel agent, I cannot find the least contribution which he has made to British society, let alone an immense one. Is playing football in itself an immense contribution to British society? If so, do all footballers make this immense contribution, or is it limited to those who are black? Do travel agents in general make an immense contribution to British society? As for the other person, it's a woman. She was a nurse who worked for the Race Relations Board. They're a bunch of mischief makers. I can't imagine what her contribution has been. How can the teachers at this school in Cambridgeshire make such foolish and obviously false statements with a straight face? Maybe they don't. Perhaps there are all kinds of giggles and muffled laughter in the staff room at St Ivo's school as they put nonsense like this up on Facebook. Could it be a deliberate joke? I don't mean to single out this school, because I can practically guarantee that the same idiocy is being trotted out this month at any school where viewers live.